Welcome back to the Silver Lining, where it's no filler, no fluff. We just keep it a buck. And today we're gonna be talking about LeBron. LeBron going to Philly. Does this make them the favorites in the Eastern Conference? Does this make them the favorites to win the championship? We're gonna get into that. We're gonna talk about the WNBA All-Star game. That was yesterday. We'll have reactions to that. And we're gonna talk about the controversies in the WNBA, all the controversies and crap off the court, stunting the growth of the league. We're gonna talk about that. So, got a crew with me in the building. Got Stan here. What's going on, brother?
How's it going, man?
It's going, man.
Another Sunday, man. Let's get into it. Let's get
Yeah,
into it.
let's get it. And I got Kurt here. What's going on, brother?
Ain't much, man. Sunday morning, got my cup of coffee, man. Let's get it.
Let's get it, man. Let's start with LeBron, man. LeBron chose Philly. He's going to join the 76ers to go with that team. Man, Stan, what's your reaction to this?
I was a little surprised. I think the two leads throughout most of the offseason was pointing towards Golden State. But I think that LeBron just woke up and I think he looked at the landscape of the league and looked around the league and said, okay, if I'm going to keep playing at this point in my career, what am I playing for? It's not money. I'm a billionaire, so it ain't money. Am I playing for legacy? Your legacy's already stamped, man. You won 3 titles in 3 different cities.
Facts.
So just basically, I think he just wants to compete. And it's like, if I'm going to compete, I'm competing for championships. I'm not competing for scoring titles or competing to be an all-star or competing. I'm playing for championships at this stage. So I think he looked at the league and he just looked at Golden State and said, that's not a championship contender. Nope. Sure, if I joined up with Steph and Draymond, that would have been a lot of fun.
And it is a chance. It is a chance.
They would have been must-see TV, I guess. It would have been box office for those two guys on the same team, but they weren't winning the championship. They weren't beaten. At the end of the day, if you're the only question that any of these teams have to ask themselves is, are we beating the Thunder or the Spurs? If you're out west. If you're out west, that's your question. That's the only thing that matters. Are we beating the Thunder or the Spurs in a 7-game series? And if the answer is no, then what's the fucking point? And I think LeBron looked at the West and said, "Yeah, that's just not. There's nobody out there that I can join that's going to put me over the top for a title. Like the Spurs would have been interesting, but again, LeBron, do you want to live in San Antonio? And then the Spurs, I think they signed Tobias Harris, which filled their veteran, we an adult on the team role. So he looked at the East, and again, you look at the East, and you got Cleveland, Miami, Philly. Look at Cleveland. He looked at that roster and said, "I'm not winning a championship with James Harden and Donovan Mitchell.
Nope.
Sorry, it's not. I'm not winning a championship. We're not beating the Knicks with that. Because again, if you're out East now, your question is, are we in position to play and beat the Knicks in a 7-game series? Because they're bringing back pretty much the entire team except for Mitchell Robinson. And they replaced Mitchell Robinson with Andre Drummond, which, depending on how you feel, might be an upgrade or down. I don't know. I don't know if that's an upgrade or a downgrade. We'll see. But he looked at Cleveland. I can't win a title with James Harden and Donovan Mitchell. Looked at Miami. Not enough shooting there. You got Giannis. You got Bam. Not enough shooting. Philly, I think, became interesting to him once they traded for. Basically, Jaylen Brown was dropped in Philly's lap, pretty much. The Sixers got Jaylen Brown and only had to give up Paul George. So now you're taking Paul George and all his stuff and his metal rod in his leg, and you're replacing that with Jaylen Brown, who was damn near a 28, 5-5 guy last year. Should have been all first team All NBA.
Yep.
You got Tyrese Maxey, who is a blossoming star. You got Edgecombe, who is a blossoming star. And then whatever's left of Joel Embiid. I think he looked at that and said, if I join that group, I can win a championship with that team. Because you look at that team and you look at that, man, Jalen Brown and Tyrese Maxey in the same team shouldn't be fair. That's like, what are we doing? Edge come on that roster again. Embiid, when he was healthy, destroyed the Celtics single handedly in the playoff series. He just looked at. I think he just looked at the league and said, "Philly can get me another ring. I got 2 cracks at it basically to get a ring with Philly." Now, whether or not I think LeBron's going to play till he's like 45. I just think he's going to play as long as he wants to, as long as he's a productive player. He was a productive player last year. Again, he carried us in the Rocket series. You know what I'm saying? So he's still a productive player. As long as he's still a productive player, he should play. He's going to play. Whether it pushes the Sixers out as the contender, the top contender in the East, the expectations are there.
Can I ask you a question?
Well, yeah, what's up?
Do you think it's like finals or bust? Or is it like you gotta at least make the Eastern Conference with this team? Like what's the projection? Just offhand, what's your projection just offhand? We know they gotta play. We know it's on paper.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, when you have LeBron on your team, the media is going to treat you as, finals or bust. No, it's not. At the end of the day, with that team, with the talent on the team, on paper, you're thinking that should be a finals team. We got to see it first. We got to see it on court. We got to see chemistry. And injuries is going to play a part in every team in the league.
Yep.
There were a bunch of teams last year, Orlando, that a lot of people thought, oh, man, that's a 50-win team. And then injuries settled in, and you saw what happened to them. Injuries are going to play a role in every team, and that's Philly's no different. Again, you look at Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid was when he was right, man. He looked like the MVP Joel Embiid in that Boston series. If I'm getting that guy, in addition to LeBron, the smartest player maybe in the history of the league, Jalen Brown and Tyrese Maxey, who basically are going to play about 70 games every year, 2,200 minutes every year. They're not going to get hurt. They're not going to sit out. They're going to play. Edge, who was coming on towards, man, I think you would have to say that finals are bust. But I think at least getting to the Eastern Finals and setting up that matchup with the Knicks or whatever you're going to have, that's going to be the key. They got to get to the Eastern Finals. At least. That's the least they got to do, get to the Eastern Finals. But as far as championship or bust, I guess, again, given the nature of the players on his team and LeBron's stature in the league still, even at 42, you have to say it, whether or not you like it or not. You kind of have to say, yeah, they're championship or bust.
Yeah, and I think I'm gonna come to you in a second, Kurt. And I think that's why I actually don't like this for LeBron. I kind of hate it for LeBron, to be honest with you. Like, I kind of felt like had he gone to Golden State, it would have been more like, they're competitive, but it wouldn't be a championship or bust position. You know what I'm saying? It would be the older guys all teaming up, all getting busy and playing, and him playing with Steph. He's always wanted to play with Steph. That's kind of how I would view it. With this, it's him going to a stacked team, and so now it's going to be championship or bust. Now it's going to be LeBron at 40+ years old, and everybody putting a microscope on him, and if he don't take the last shot and all this other craziness that, like, at this point, I'm kind of tired of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't imagine he's not tired of it, So I just kind of feel like we're at a point now where, like, I think it absolutely is NBA Finals or bust. I'm sorry, it is. With a team like this, it's NBA Finals or bust. And at 40 years old, I just don't really like that for LeBron, man. Like at what point are we gonna transition from championship to I'm mellowing out, I'm enjoying the later stage of my career? When are we gonna get to that point? Because we are still in championship or bust with this move. So that's why I hate it for LeBron.
But Reggie, hold up. I think you I think you misunderstanding LeBron in this way. He wants championship or bust. That's the only reason he's playing.
But why?
Because
But
listen, bro, if
why?
I'm not about to compete for a championship, why the fuck would I play?
Why not?
Why would I play if I'm not going to compete for a championship at this point in time? I'm already solidified. No matter what I do, they never going to say I'm better than Jordan, right? It's a subsection of people who here never catch Jordan. So I'm done with that. I'm already the league scorer. I'm already like top 10 and like 90% of legacy is already done. The only reason I'm going to play right now is to win a championship. So I am going to go on a team where there's no reason why we can't win a championship. Now, obviously, they have to play together. And you say mellow out. You think LeBron, he is mellowing out. He's going to mellow out on a championship team. This team, in my opinion, I think is going to be about Tyrese Maxey and Jaylen Brown, right? That same mentality that LeBron had for Luka and Austin Reeves, he's going to have that. And then you're going to have VJ Edge come to fill in. LeBron is not going there to be LeBron, bro. He's not going there to be the kid from Akron, bro. He is mellowing out. He is falling back. He is chilling. But he wants to do that on a championship team. Because if I'm not going to be on a championship team, I might as well just go chill with Savannah and have another baby. I might as well just put everything I got into Bryce and baby girl coming up. That's what I might as well do. I might as well start my full-time podcast if I'm not going to play for a championship. And I'm going to a place where as though I don't have to be LeBron. I got a finals MVP. You could make the case that Tyrese Maxey is a top 5 point guard, especially after the year that he had last year. You understand? I'm not going there to be that guy doing all of that crazy stuff, man. I'm going there to set picks. I'm going there to be Draymond Green that can get you buckets and play make. That's what I'm going there to be. I'm going there to be Draymond. So I think he is mellowing out, but he wants to win a championship. And Philly gives him the best opportunity to do that.
But you don't think that, like, if he goes there and is like not even close to LeBron, that like people are people gonna even look at if they were to go to win the championship, people gonna give him any props for it? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just seems like a waste to me, yo. It's like,
so you saying if he goes there and beat Draymond, are they going to treat him like they
that's
treat
what I'm
KD?
saying. Yeah,
Like they treat KD's rings?
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
People are going to say what they want. People are going to say what they want to say. Most of them don't know what the fuck they're talking about. It is what it is. Like, I don't think LeBron is a fuck about any of that, and he shouldn't care about
Got
that.
a comment from Beer Batter Gummy Shark. Agreed. I think he's agreeing with what I was saying in terms of like the credit they would give LeBron. It's just he's not going to get the props for it.
He's not going to get the props for it from certain people. But at the end of the day, if he is still productive on this team, he doesn't have to be 25, 7, and 7 on this team.
Right.
He don't have to give a LeBron put out LeBrons every week. 25, 7, and 7, they should call that the LeBron. But he's not gonna have, because that's what that's his career average basically. He's not gonna have to do that for this team.
Right.
He can he can play 25 to 30 minutes a game, 18, 6 and 6. And that would be and that would be good for him and good for that team. He doesn't have to be the guy on this team. LeBron was pushed back into a situation where he had to be the guy because of injury. Because of Luka's injury, Austin's injury, he had to be the guy again, the number one option again. He don't have to be that way in Philly. Even if Embiid gets hurt, if something happens to Jalen or something happens to Tyrese, he'll still probably have two of those guys available on a daily basis. So he doesn't have to be that guy on his team. He can be he can be what they need him to be. If they need him to score one night, he can do that. If they need him to rebound, he can do that. If they need him to pass, move the offense, he can do that. He's not going to have to be the man on this team. He's going to basically be a complementary piece. Now, And that's probably fine. That's what he wanted to do with LA. That's what he wanted to do with Luka in Austin. And that's when the Lakers took off last year, when it was we already knew that. But they finally stepped up and said, okay, LeBron's our third option. This team needs to run through Luka and Austin. And that's when the Lakers took off last year. That's what he'll be in Philly. He'll be
or Stan, think of it like this. Being that it's LeBron, he could literally be Jason Kidd on that Mavericks championship team with Dirk. Just the old veteran that run everything and keep everybody together. He doesn't.
That's his role. That's gonna be his role. That's his role. He's gonna be the adult in a room if Jalen's having a tough night, or if Tyrese is having a rough night, or Joel is not available, or whatever. He's gonna be the guy to say, "I got it. We got it tonight." You know, that starting five that they could put out is gonna be just devastating. Like I can only imagine, like they're gonna be the number one team that if your team is playing them on a Friday night and you're like, "Fuck, all five guys are playing tonight." That's gonna be the number one team where you're just like, "Fuck, everybody's playing tonight." That's hard. I don't know how you guard them.
I don't
deal with that team. If all five, if your starting five is Embiid, LeBron, JB, Maxey, and Edgecombe, I don't know how you stop that.
This is crazy.
And not only that, and look, you know what? And think about it like this: the team is so talented, right? You could go get you a 3-and-D shooting guard, right? And ask VJ to be Manu Ginobili. VJ, we need you to come off the bench and give us that 17 to 20 off the bench like Manu did. When you come off the bench, the green light is yours, just like Manu had it. But we're gonna need that firepower off the bench, so we just gonna put a 3-and-D guy that can shoot the three. They just got Contavious Caldwell Pope,
KCP.
KCP did a
that's the
buyout with
perfect guy to
Memphis.
put at that two, right?
Perfect guy to play on
start
that team.
him. Yep, and tell VJ when you come off the bench, yo, do you? Your light is green.
This is where Nick Nurse is going to have to show he's a good coach.
Yeah,
we're going to find out for sure if he's a good coach or not, because he's got to make this shit work. You know
Real quick comment here from Bill Better, Gary Shark. Actually, he had another comment. Hold on. Good day from Australia. I agree. LeBron is our Draymond Rowe. He said our, so I guess he's a Philly fan. And then can play point forward at times and let Maxey go back to 45 3-point. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Set screens.
And shout out to Australia, man.
Yeah, good day, mate. And Anthony, I forgot Anthony Simons
they got
on the
Anthony
damn squad
Simons too.
Yeah,
They could come off the bench with Anthony Simons and VJ. Oh my goodness, bro.
Their bench is going to be really their bench, because you got Dean Wade, who they got from Cleveland.
Yeah.
And Dean Wade, again, is one of those guys that if he's your seventh guy, that's a damn good seventh guy. If he's your starting three, which he was initially before LeBron got there, he was a starting small forward. Then it's like, I don't know. But if Dean Wade is coming off the bench as your sixth, seventh guy, that's a good guy. And again, Simons was a steal for them.
Yep.
They got Simons on a discount. Simons is a guy who could score, who could be a 20-point scorer a game.
Yeah.
You know, so this team, just looking at it, if you look at the starting five and then who they can come off the bench with, you know, they can bring me, you, and Kurt off the bench at this point with the rest of those guys. And I mean, this is a team that a month ago was not someone that I thought title contender. You know, they kind of stayed solid through the regular season. Then Embiid got healthy in the playoffs and went off against Boston. And then he broke down again in the Knicks series, and Knicks just ran him off the court. And a month ago, I'm like, we'll see what the Sixers are. Then Brown lands in their lap. Literally gets dropped out of the sky, and like, we'll just take Paul George and a couple picks.
That's not going to matter because y'all going to be good anyway.
Yeah, so now you got Jaylen Brown, who's going to be playing with a chip on his shoulder, pissed off at Boston for dealing him. You got Maxey another year. Maxey was fantastic last year.
Fantastic.
Edgecombe was coming on last year. This is a guy who could be the best player on probably a dozen teams in the league, and he's on this Philly team. Just on the team, and
Yep.
and like I said, what the key for them is going to be Embiid. Embiid is going to be important down the stretch. They're not going to need Joel on a nightly basis. If I was them, I would tell Joel straight to bat, bro, you only playing 42 games this year. You playing all home games.
You're gonna play just enough to stay in shape.
Yeah, we're gonna play you enough to keep your ass in shape. Lay off the cookies and cream milkshakes and shit, and we're gonna keep you in shape. And we want you ready for April because that's when we're gonna need you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's when they're gonna need him. And LeBron already has a relationship with Tyrese Maxey because they're clutch guys. Tyrese is a clutch guy. He's known Tyrese probably since he was at Kentucky. So there's already a connection there. Bob Myers being the GM in Philly, because he knows LeBron very well from their wars in the finals with Golden State. Hey, with Bob Myers, I mean, he's pulled off a magician's act. Like you gotta talk about, like he gets there, they land Jaylen Brown for fucking Paul George, and now landing LeBron, and on top, and then like I said, making the move for Simons, and now KCP is going to show up there. And again, KCP is a 3-and-D guy that all you got to do is hit threes and defend the perimeter. Sure, no problem. So this team. I would lay money on the Sixers if I'm laying money this early.
And
Simons looks another like a mature, polished VJ Edgecombe at a glance.
Yeah.
On offense, he had to clarify on offense.
Yeah, on offense. Yeah, on offense. I'm about to say that man don't play that D like VJ. But yeah, this is what I was about to say about LeBron. How LeBron automatically make guys better. Now, if you're Chris Bosh, or if you're Kevin Love, right, your numbers will decrease playing with LeBron, but you will play a more efficient brand of basketball, right? So LeBron has already played with Kyrie. Tyrese Maxey, small guard, quick in and out the lane, finish at the rack, like to shoot when he wants. There's an archetype for that. You know what I mean? In LeBron's game, right? BJ Edgecombe, he's played with D-Wade. The 6'4", 6'3", 6'5" guard that likes to get to the rim, finish. You know what I mean? BJ put his back to the basket a couple, he's played with these archetypes before. So these guys are going to benefit from his knowledge. You know what I mean? If I'm BJ, if I'm Tyrese Maxey, if I'm Anthony Simons, bro, I am shutting the fuck up, bro. And I'm getting my pen and my pad out, and I'm following that. LeBron, how do you eat? How do you sleep? When you decide to go out and have a good time, how do you go out? How do you maintain your body? Bro, I am jotting it all down right now, because at this point in time in his career, he's only there to grow with you to become a championship team. So they like, and Jaylen Brown is already that. So you just expect him to just carry his hard hat. I've already done it, Brown. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to do what I do. But for VJ and Tyrese Maxey, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Like,
shout out to Jameer Nelson, Mike Garvey, and Bob Myers for doing this in 2 months.
2 months, yep.
Facts. Yep. Shout out to Jameer Nelson. Jameer Nelson is my favorite Magic player, man. Like my son's middle name is actually Jameer.
For real?
That's JJ. Yeah, that's his middle name is Jameer, man. That's my favorite Magic player.
All right.
Yeah. VJ can grow with JB is one of the best. Yeah, 1,000%.
Yeah,
1,000%, man.
Yeah.
So I think we're all in agreement. This is. Would you say NBA Finals or bust? Would you say Eastern Conference Finals? Like, what would be a bust for this team?
Like, I'm agree with Stan, right? Because he said it should be on paper, right? He said it should be a final. Right. They should make the finals, but I'm gonna say Eastern Conference Finals. But matter of fact, I'm not even gonna say Eastern Conference Finals. If they lose to somebody other than the Knicks, it's a bust. I don't care. They might. You know how
Right. The
seeding is.
seedings, right. You're right.
Yeah, they might play the Knicks in the second round, right?
Right.
Like if anybody other than the Knicks beat them, it's a bust to me. In the Eastern Conference. Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying. Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, I think they gotta at least get to that point, get to the Eastern Finals. There's no reason for them to lose to anybody in that conference outside of the Knicks.
Whenever they play the Knicks, if they lose to anybody else in the East, I'm gonna say this season was a bust to me. Like, just thinking it.
Yeah, there's no reason.
Got a diss search your way here. Kurt looks
Come
like
on,
Imposing
man.
B was a panda. Throwing shots. Bang, bang.
Bang, bang. But yeah, like I was saying, getting back to what we were saying,
yeah,
they can't lose to nobody else but the Knicks. They lose to the Knicks, then I'll say I ain't mad at that. Because to me, no disrespect, I'm not gonna disrespect the champions, right? I still think being that they have chemistry, being that when the time is right, Jalen Brunson will always be the best player on the floor when the time is right.
yeah,
Right? Because they'll do all of that running and then the last 2 minutes just say, everybody shut up and give it to Jalen. Right? So as long as he's the best player on the floor when it counts, I'm gonna go with the Knicks in the Eastern Conference. So they lose to anybody else though, I ain't trying to hit.
All right, before we move on, it's got a couple more comments. Losing at any level will hurt. Embiid needs a ring. Philly fans getting anywhere past the second round and losing will be tough. I mean, but like Kurt said though, like it's seedings, right? So like if Philly has maybe some injuries throughout the regular season and they end up, the 4th seed or something, and then maybe it works out to where you end up playing the Knicks. And then if you lose, like I don't see that as a failure per se, right? But if you end up losing to anybody else, lose to the Raptors, I think
you lose to the Cavs. Like if the Cavs
the Cavs lose to the Cavs, we're like, all right.
Or the Magic come to play for a series and get you out of there.
Hey man, Magic gonna be tough, man. Eastern Conference is tough for sure.
Top 6 of the East is gonna be brutal. Trying to get into the top 6 there. Like it's gonna be a super competitive league this year. I think the competition is going to be
it's gonna be
off
crazy.
The charts this year.
It's gonna be crazy. With the tanking rules the way they are.
Yeah. So I'm just looking at trying to get into the top 6 of either of these conferences, and I'm just like,
it's like the greatest off season I've ever seen in my life, yo. It's the craziest off season ever.
Yeah, honestly, bro, as a Magic fan, I'm already prepping for the play-in game, bro. The East is gonna be too tough. This is gonna be too tough. I'm already prepping for it. Let's see. Ghost of
all love, bro.
R.I.P. Dirk McGurk, baby Jesus. All right, rest in peace. Will LeBron take a seat to Jalen?
Yeah, we say he gonna be the Draymond Green. We already said that. You're gonna get LeBron playing Draymond Green's role. That's crazy.
It does kind of feel like that, yeah. But every so often he might just go LeBron. That's what make the team so good if it's healthy. It's gonna be like every so often it's like, all right, let me go ahead and go LeBron real quick. Why not?
Yeah, right? That's crazy. I'm Draymond, but right now I feel like LeBron.
That's what he did with the Lakers last year. When it was working, that's what he did. There was those nights where Luka's shot wasn't falling, Austin's shot wasn't falling, and LeBron said, okay, I mean, I got it. There was a game in Philly they played Philly last year. I don't even know if Luka played in that game. He might not have played in that game, but LeBron just turned the clock back in the 4th quarter and carried us to the win. He still has that ability.
Can you imagine like high pick and roll with Embiid? With LeBron, high pick and roll with Edgecombe and Maxey and Brown, what are you even supposed to do? Like, I mean, what are you supposed to do?
I'm sure the teams playing them and they get that stuff, they get that, and it's like, yo, what the fuck are we supposed to do with this, yo? Like, what are we supposed to do with this? Like, if they can get on that page and get the chemistry down, man, I don't know. They could be a historically good team.
Yeah. the most said line in Philly sports, Embiid, if healthy. Yeah, I can't imagine how many times that's been said.
Again, even if Embiid has the usual knee, calf, whatever injury that he has, they can survive the regular season if he don't play. Because again, you expect Jalen and Tyrese, they're gonna play 70 games. Those guys that they always play. That's the thing about them. They always play. So you figure with those two guys up by best team, shit, we can still win. We can still be highly competitive on a given night.
Yep.
So, but Embiid it's going to be the key to them win the title. It's going to be Embiid.
So Wendy fitting to put LeBron on a poster then? Cool. I mean,
yeah, I guess let me put anybody on a poster, yo.
Pretty
so
much.
It don't matter. Yeah.
Pretty much.
But
all right.
If Embiid is just reduced to a rim protector in a spot up mid range corner 3 nigga,
yeah,
they still good.
Yeah. One leg, no, yeah, dropped 34. That's the thing. Like Embiid, when he came back into he was killing. He looked like Embiid. That's the crazy thing. Like Embiid is always injured, but you can't say that Embiid ain't tough. Like, yeah, like he's no appendix. He was just coming out of appendix surgery and got back out there. So you can't say he's not tough. He didn't play with injuries. You just see him limping up and down the floor. He was playing with when he had the Jim Ross, he had the Bell's palsy. He was still playing in the playoffs. Like you can't say he's not tough. He always hurt, but he ain't soft.
If I'm Philly, yo, Joel Embiid don't play until like 5 games before the All-Star break. Like the whole first half of the season.
Nah, he gotta play, dog. They gotta build that.
No.
They gotta build the rapport.
That's why you let him play. Listen, you let LeBron, VJ, and JB figure it out, and then you let Joel Embiid be what they don't have. That's how you do it. Only thing we don't have is a post and pop guy. So when you come back, you got to be our post and pop guy. But you let those 4 figure it out.
Yeah.
And then and in that time, Joel, you ain't got no reason why you're not healthy. You know what I'm saying? We gave you time to get right, ample time. Light practices, light runs, just to keep you in shape, you know what I mean? But you're not playing till about game 40, game 41.
Yeah. All right, we gotta move on, fellas. WNBA All-Star game was yesterday. I don't have a ton of reaction to the game. Like I honestly didn't really enjoy the game much, to be honest. It was better than last year, but I didn't really enjoy it much. It just didn't.
An All-Star game.
It's an All-Star game, but
it's an All-Star game. I don't understand why people make such a big fucking deal about All-Star.
I'm not making a big deal about it. I didn't enjoy it much. I did enjoy the 3-point shootout the night before. I did enjoy that. That was fun. Obviously, I wish there was a little bit more star power in it, but I do enjoy seeing some other people out there to give them some shine as well. So I thought it was cool. Thought it was the 3-point shootout was fun. I missed the first event. The first event was the shooting stars. I actually missed that. I turned on the 3-point shootout was starting, so I missed the first event. But yeah, like you said, it was an all-star game. A lot of ugly basketball was being played out there. A lot of weird it wasn't good. It was funny. Kelsey Plum, she pretty much said it when they interviewed her. She was like, "Yo, can we put something on the line for real? Can we come out here and compete next year?" Because she was watching that on the sidelines, like, "Man, this is garbage," But it was what it was. It was cool. Kirk, what you think about it?
I'm gonna just say this. I'm happy that the WNBA has a lot of stars now, right? Watching the game, seeing like we got a dunk, right? We got a dunk in the game. I thought Marina Mabry was gonna go a little bit harder. She had her moment. She was my choice for MVP.
She was killing it.
She had her little moments in the game. I wanted her to like get out there a little bit more, but I think she ain't earned that yet. It was her first All-Star game. She ain't earned it yet. I just like the back and forth, the camaraderie. It's an All-Star game. They're not going out there to play hard. They're not going out there You know, Caitlin Clark started off with the bombs early. I thought it was going like, oh, we about to have like one of those classic, but it wasn't quite like that. They had Spoon and Coop as the coaches, two players that used to go at it. Like, I mean, it was set up. They listen, the presentation of the game, they got that right. Okay. Everything about it, the two coaches got the chance to choose their teams. You saying I would have liked to see Kelsey and Caitlin Clark like go at it. You know how you get that moment where two teammates, it was moments where two teammates could have went at each other that they didn't. I would have liked to see that more.
Yeah, I agree.
It was just like the growth. You seen the growth of the talent. Now the caliber of basketball, it's an all-star game, man. You're not. Me personally, I would like to see them be competitive. I would like to see them at least pick up the pace. They were just blatantly like letting them go to the rack, blatantly letting people shoot threes, and it's cool. If they gonna shoot the logo three, let them shoot the logo three.
Yeah.
But all in all, I was just happy to see the growth. Sonya Citron got out there to play. I want to keep it positive because I know they're not there yet, right? But I do agree with Kelsey. Like, let them girls split 200,000. Let them all. Let every winner of the All-Star game. Let the winning team walk away with 25,000 apiece, and give the MVP an extra 15. You put some money on the line. You tell them girls, listen, 25,000 on the line. They're gonna come out there to compete a little bit. They ain't gonna go out there and go hard like it's playoff basketball, but they gonna compete. I would like to see them do it like the men, because the men normally say, like, all right, you can get it off in the first three quarters. So, but let's just keep it close. You go ahead and do your dunks, you go ahead and catch your oops. But in the fourth quarter, we need somebody to be up 5 so we can at least play a little bit down the stretch and make it interesting. They're not there yet.
I don't know. The men's be trash too, man. But I hear what you're saying, though.
But they do keep it close. Just
sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes.
Listen, we're not gonna get that. We're not gonna get that East versus West 2001 with Vince Carter got the block on Tim Duncan down the stretch. We're never going. We're probably not that era of All-Star game where they actually competed. That is done. Okay, we're never going to get that again. But you know how it goes. Sometimes when it's close down the stretch, they say, "All right, pick it up." The WNBA ain't like that. They're not quite there yet. However, you see the talent now, though. You actually see the talent now.
For sure. For sure.
I'm gonna just leave it at that, but they should be a little bit more competitive. But I say the same thing about the men, so it is what it is.
Yep. Before I come to you, Stan, shout out to Jonquel Jones for getting that MVP. I didn't shout her out. Shout out to her for getting that MVP. It's funny because like we was texting during it, and I was thinking other people get MVP. I'm like, damn, I didn't realize she had that many points because like in an All-Star game, it can kind of creep up on you. It's kind of like driving on the highway, like, oh crap, I didn't realize I was going 80. I didn't realize I was going 90 because it's like the flow of it. So the flow of the All-Star game is always like, damn, I didn't know she had that many points. But shout out to her for sure.
He almost had a triple-double.
Yeah. A couple of comments here. Della Dawn still got it. See, I missed it. I missed the
Della Dawn look like she could play in the league right now.
Yeah.
If she wanted to. If she wanted to, she could play in the league right now.
Oh my goodness. Go.
He said it, not me. But yeah, it was. I definitely watched what she was saying when they were talking about the game. I was like, oh yeah, the game. Yeah, it ain't been good. Yeah.
All I'm gonna tell you to do is go on the WNBA's social media accounts and check out the orange carpet stuff. And yeah,
I saw a couple of them.
This league has exploded. Let's put it that way. And
Angel Reese got Angel Reese coming in with the pink hair. Like Lord, like Bernie Mac. Lord have mercy. Spoons needs a job.
Nah, Spoon needs to stay where she at. They don't want Spoon in the WNBA.
Yeah, I don't know what happened in Chicago, but that was just
Caliber
crazy.
of a toothpick a game.
They don't want to, yo.
I don't know what that means.
Oh my goodness.
East West with home court advantage in the playoffs. So they can't really do that because the they don't go by conference when they do the playoffs. They literally just go by record. What people want to see the NBA do a while ago, I know people still call for that now because the conferences have kind of evened out, but the W don't do that. The W is just 1-16. We just play the playoffs. We don't do the conference thing. So that wouldn't work in the W. It would work in the NBA, but not in the W. Let's see. Brooks V League.
Brooks versus the league. Brooks will get scored.
Oh, Rooks
bro.
versus the league. Oh, okay.
They get scored, bro. They get scored, Joe. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, Ghost. I know he trying to make it. He trying to make it like something competitive, make them feel like they got to fight for something. But the Rooks will get scorched,
They'll get cooked. All right,
yeah.
Stan, your thoughts.
First of all, I don't give a shit about All-Star games. So the energy of trying to fix All-Star games, the All-Star game is there for one reason: it's for networks.
Yep.
That's it.
And to display stars. That's it.
Yep. To display your stars, and networks have something to put on TV. That's it. Who gives a fuck? It was a great weekend for the league.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a win for the league because of how the presentation, honoring the legendary players of the league, as opposed to, because again, the biggest problem the WNBA has really is narratives and people crafting narratives that they want to push.
Yep.
And that's going to happen. That's going to keep happening because that's just the world we live in now.
Mm-hmm.
But the narratives, people want to push narratives. What I saw based on, I watched the whole game from the start to finish. The player introductions was very interesting to me. You know the three players that got the loudest cheers when they were introduced? Angel, Asia, and Paige. Caitlin Clark was partly booed. And this is the point that I want to make to everyone. The internet and the real world are two different things. On the internet, the narrative that's been driven around is that Caitlin Clark is the face of the WNBA because she's the most popular girl in the league. And all these girls hate Caitlin Clark and are jealous of her success. That's the internet narrative. The real world narrative is Asia Wilson is the face of the league, hands down. She's the best player in the league. She's won the most. She's on the best team. ESPN tried their hardest to shove Caitlin Clark down our fucking throats this weekend. And have been doing so. And the fans of the league are not buying it anymore. The real fans of the league, not these middle-aged white men who have these weird fantasies about Caitlin Clark. Real fans of the league, not buying it. And again, nothing that I'm saying, by the way, is anything against Caitlin Clark as a player. I think she's a phenomenal player. When she came out, she was one of the 5 people that actually gave a shit in this game. There wasn't many. Her, Jonquel, Marina, a few others. Asia was just chilling throughout the game. You could just, she was just like, I'm going here.
Did you see the play on Angel Reese where she just sat there with her arms up and Angel Reese still couldn't score? Like, she made a block by mistake. Like,
Angel was just chilling in this game. He wasn't. But again, this is about narratives. We're going to kill these narratives. Angel hurt her knee a week ago.
I'm not dissing her. I was just saying it was a funny play. I'm not dissing her. I'm just saying it was a funny play.
I know what you're saying, but yeah, she was chilling in this game.
Yeah, she was about this. She was. They always chilling for real until they got the ball. That's the only time they put effort.
Yeah, Leah Boston was chilling in this game.
Yeah.
They weren't going to go out there. And the WNBA needs to address the scheduling because the All-Star break started on Thursday and they're playing again on Tuesday.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, they got to fix that. They got to fix that. They got to fix that. And again, if you're wondering why players had the attitude they had during the game, that's probably why.
And I agree with that.
This is all about winning. This is about winning the championship, competing, and getting ready for these. Again, that's why I'm saying people making a big deal about All-Star games at this point. The All-Star game is what it is. Like I said, it's a showcase for the league. So in that regard, I thought the league did a great job in the showcasing of the league. And these dumb narratives that are being created online by these racist people. And I think the league is going to have to combat some of that stuff. And I know we're talking about
We're gonna get there, man.
that stuff. But as far as the All-Star Game weekend, it was a win for the league. Celebrating the legends of the league, the women who actually built this game, the black women who built this game, who carried this league when nobody gave a fuck, when the mainstream media didn't give a fuck, when the Stephen A. Smiths and the Colin Cowers didn't give a fuck. They were building the league.
Yeah.
So shout out to all those women, to Lisa Leslie's, who looks fantastic, by the way.
Yes, she did.
Yeah, I love that they shot. They had at the beginning. They had the three queens. It was Lisa Leslie, Cheryl Swoops, and Rebecca Lobo. The three queens.
Those was the original. They thought those was going to be the original ones that was going to carry the league.
Yep.
But Hoop looked good last night too. Cynthia Cooper, she looked fantastic herself, man. And she was the one. She ended up being the star of the league. Cynthia Cooper.
Yeah.
But they did a great job. Again, I have to give the league credit when they do the right thing. And they did everything right this weekend, celebrating the league, celebrating the legends and the preachers and all the players, not spotlighting one player. And they did a great job. The crowd was electric. It was a great crowd there. The niggas was in there swag serving at the end. You don't see that in a lot of them. It's again, this is what I keep saying, is that people need to stop feeding into the internet bullshit and realize that there's the internet and the real world. In the real world, this is what we are. With the
we're about to get there. So I know you sound like you're chomping a bit to get. We're gonna get there. I didn't shout out Ozzy Fudd for getting that 3-point shootout, but shout out to her. That was fun. She was cooking and like, man, like she got a smile that can just light up a room, man. Can we get a Colgate commercial for this young lady, man? Just a gorgeous smile, man. So yeah, shout out to her for sure. Couple of quick comments and then we'll get to it. For the men's All-Star week, I'd like to see Rooks in second year. I mean, don't they do that? Don't they do?
Yeah, they do that.
Yeah.
Oh no, but he's saying just vets. He's not saying just like he's saying like a bunch of vets versus the rookies, not like the All-Star game, but like not necessarily All-Stars is what I'm saying. Just some vets. I would like to see that.
Nobody gives a fuck about that, bro.
Yeah, you know what I think is interesting is that like the ladies got a little bit more guts than the men, because the ladies, I don't know if people noticed, they did a 1v1 tournament. Did y'all see that? They was playing ones.
Unrivaled. Unrivaled, by the way. Hugely successful league started by Breonna Stewart and Queen Fee.
Yeah. Love it.
Hugely successful.
I wouldn't be mad to see a little bit of that at the All-Star game if they, space out the start of the season. Like, yeah, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah. And the rival league is great. The Enviro League is great. And like I said, started by Breonna Stewart and Queen Fee. Phenomenal league. Did great TV ratings last year. Great attendance. All that stuff. Again, no Caitlin Clark. Just want to reiterate that.
Man, he can't let it go, man.
No, because
I'm
going to keep coming back to this shit because I'm tired of fucking narratives. That's why we're going to come. That's why I'm coming back to it.
Hold on, man. Let me finish these comments and then we can get to it.
Hey, can I say one thing, Reg? Shout out to Aguma K. I think she played in her 11th All-Star game.
Yeah, she got the most points. Yeah,
Nika, underrated player, doesn't get enough attention.
Very much so. All right. LOL Stan is cold. He ain't wrong. It's about money and marketing. Yeah, that's what an All-Star game ultimately is.
That's all it is, bro. Like people making a big deal about the NBA All-Star game and all this. Like, look, the NFL All-Star game is literally a fucking flag football game now. It's literally a flag football game.
Yeah, it is.
Nobody gives a fuck because it's the NFL. Nobody cares. I think that people making a big deal about the NBA All-Star game, the WNBA, the All-Star games. They're there for showcasing the league's talent, and there's a TV product. When ESPN gets the ratings back for the All-Star game, they can be like, well, there's nothing we could have put on a Saturday night that would have drawn that number.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts.
And that's what it comes back to. And that's why the leagues, that's why the TV partners are like, whatever. As long as people watch it, we don't give a shit what a game looks like.
Yep.
and people still watch the All-Star game. So
yeah.
it's not a big deal as far as the game itself. Again, I was sitting there watching it, but really not watching it. I was more amused by some of the other stuff going on, and the players just obviously not giving a fuck. And Brianna Stewart got caught in the mic saying, "I need the card, or I ain't done shit all weekend." And it was funny to me.
Yeah. I got a lot of comments to get through, fellas. Stand by here. Rooks versus sophomores, a nice idea.
They do that though.
Yeah.
They already do that shit. Nobody watches it. So,
yeah. Caitlin Clark was booed. That's right. Caitlin Clark was booed. That is correct.
It is what it is, bro.
Dope spin move.
She did. She had a couple dope moves last night.
She did. Coop and Becky was cutting up in the side. Yeah. I like that at the end when Asia Woods was giving the L to the coach because Becky was pushing up and saying that was funny.
Asia's low key like the funniest player, one of the funniest players in the league. She is hilarious.
Yeah. Got a question here.
Does
for
not
you,
give
Stan.
a shit. What's up?
Question
I can't see that shit.
I got you. I'm gonna read it to you. Stan, where would you put the 2027 All-Star game?
The WNBA All-Star game?
I guess WNBA All-Star game.
I'm pretty sure it's already set, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Baltimore.
I love that.
Bring it to Baltimore, man.
Bring it to Baltimore.
26.
What's this?
I wish we had an arena here.
26.
Nah, bro. You tripping, bro.
Stars. Nah. Nah.
You tripping, bro. They gonna put. They would probably put, because Paige is no longer a rookie. Like, they're gonna put Paige and AJ on the same team, and it's gonna be over for them, bro.
Dunk comp needs to be opened up to everyone. Okay, now we're talking about the NBA, I guess. All pro dunkers for cash prize. Put it on. I'm for that, but I think what people's pushback to that is that, like, all right, but they're not NBA players dunking. But on the flip side to that, you be having G leaguers that aren't NBA players dunking. So
yeah, Matt McClung was in the NBA when he won his first dunk contest.
No, he wasn't. Oh, maybe his first. No, he played with the Magic.
Dunk contest he won. He was played for the Magic, didn't he?
He wasn't on the roster. He was on the G League. He wasn't on the team. Trust me, I know, bro. He wasn't on the team. So
I thought he was.
So yeah, I don't know. Part of what makes Unrivaled successful is the sports celebrity funding. Venture funds with Serena, Coco, Alex Martin, Carmelo Anthony. Yeah, for sure.
Right. See, why the WNBA can't do that? You see what I'm saying?
Unrivaled is there. That's a self-funded league, but they got a TV deal with Turner. Again, it's great. That's a great product. Like I can't say nothing. They need to expand that around, take it to around the country, take it to different spots.
I loved it. I watched it. I was into it.
It was fantastic. And again, self-made by the league.
Yep.
And again, for a lot of people who think that no one cares about the league outside of one player, that pretty much dispels that notion.
Yeah, let it go, man.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not, like I said, it just shows the growth of women's sports and women's basketball
100%.
that is not related to one or two players. It's related
100%.
to
bro, nobody can guard Miles, bro.
Yeah,
nobody can guard her, bro. That's like, I know you're right. Paige can't guard Olivia Miles. You're right. But nobody can guard her, bro. You might as well hang that shit up.
All right.
She's fabulous, man. Fantastic.
Let's keep moving, fellas. One second.
Nobody can guard Miles.
All right, we've standing waiting to get to this. The thing that I want to talk about is, all the controversies that are happening in the W right now. Like, is it really starting to really like hurt the growth of the league? Because I think we all agree that the talent in the league right now is crazy. It's a lot of talent in the league. It's a very, and to me, that the talent in the league has been here for a while, but I think now people are starting to actually see it. Like I've noticed for a while that the talent in the league has been really good, but people are really starting to notice it now. But it just feels like the big stories are not that. The big stories and stuff outside of the game. Obviously, yes, like Caitlin Clark like takes up a lot of oxygen. It's a lot of like back and forth with this, a lot of stupidity around her. You know, I heard that someone wrote an article comparing her to the woman who lied that got Emmett Till killed and compared Caitlin Clark to her. Like this is the kind of stupidity that we're seeing. But this is the stuff that's getting, you know, put in people are having debates about that as opposed to debating the game. You know what I'm saying? We got what's her name? Sophie Cunningham for the Fever. Like she getting got a shoe thing, exclusive shoe or whatever, and people was debating that. You got her making some comments about women's sports and keeping biological men out of women's sports, and that became a big talking point. You got the thing that happened with the coach that called Angel Reese protected species, and that became a thing. You feel what I'm saying? It's like it's so much shit. You know what I'm saying? But on the flip side of that, the game has been so good. There's been so much going on with the W on the actual floor that it just feels like this stuff is getting like pushed to the side. Like do people even know that Nafisha Collier just came back to the Lynx and just walked right off the injured list and walked right into the game and dropped 25? Like, do people even know that happened?
I do.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like, but all that's being like pushed is all these controversies, right? Because when that article came out about Caitlin Clark, that's all people was talking about. It's like, yo, why did she write that mess? And then why are we giving it the time of day? So I don't know, man. Stan, I know you're biting to get into this. Go ahead, man. Give your thoughts, man. You can start from wherever you want to start at.
Again, narratives. I don't like narratives. I like facts, the truth, honesty, and narratives is what's driving this stuff. The media is driving this shit. Like the media has driven every other controversy that they have. The funniest thing is that before the game, they did an interview with Paige and Cece.
Mm-hmm.
And Paige had a look on her face as if like, I don't know why the fuck I'm here. I don't want to be here. I don't fuck with this bitch. That was kind of the look on her face. Now, granted, she probably was just playing with that because again, if she really hated Caitlin, they probably wouldn't have actually did the interview.
Right.
They were rivals in college. See, before the media created this Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark bullshit, which was 100% media driven, Caitlin's rival was Paige. Before Paige got hurt, they were the rivals.
Yeah, those were the two they was talking about.
Those were the two best college players in the country.
Yeah.
And they were rivals, and they were going to be on a collision to the national championship. You know, but Paige got hurt.
Yeah, Paige was the best at the time.
Paige was the best player. Was the best player then. She's a better player now.
Yeah.
Facts. I agree.
But then Paige got hurt. You know, and Iowa ended up, and they created the Angel Reese stuff. You know, based off the racism. But in reality, like I said, reality and the internet, two different things. And you saw it at the game yesterday and how much love the fans showed Paige, showed Asia, showed Angel. Of course, Chicago, Angel played in Chicago for a couple of years. They loved her there. Atlanta loves her now. But, you know, I just watching and again how ESPN trying to shove Caitlin Clark down our fucking throats. And I think that people are regurgitating that because, again, it's nothing against her. But people are going to push back at stuff especially when it's what you see, what it is. All the stuff that's being pushed in the stories and all that stuff, it's all internet driven. Nobody gives a fuck about that stuff, man. It's all about basketball when it comes to hoop fans. It's the other people pushing this stuff. I just want to watch people play, yo. Like, people want to watch the best players play and compete. And yes, there's a segment of people who are pushing it back against the Caitlin Clark stuff because they're like, she's not the best player in the league. She's not the face of the league. She's just being propped up by these media outlets because she's white. And I'm not. That's for you to decide whether or not you think that's what's going on. I think we all know that's what's going on. But then it's like she's not the best player. They've been pushing her in this role and pushing her as if she's this transcendent Michael Jordan level player, and she's just not. And I think that because of that, now they have to pivot to another narrative. And the other narrative they pivot to is, oh, all the scary black lesbians in the league are jealous of her. Please, them women don't give a fuck about that girl. They don't care about her. All these women in this league, the stars of the league, are stars on their own merit, not because of any other player.
Yep.
Asia Wilson is the face of the WNBA because she's the best player in the league and the most consistent winner. She's the top dog. She's the one with the 3 rings and the MVPs and the scoring records and all that stuff. She's actually accomplished something in this league. You don't hand the face of the league to somebody because they're popular, because they sell a lot of jerseys.
Right.
That's earned by what you do on the court.
On the court.
Right. I'm offended anytime people say that Caitlin Clark's face. That offends me as a black man and as a basketball fan. It offends me because she's not. She just got handed that by these people who don't watch the league. Colin Cowherd doesn't watch the league. He doesn't watch the games. Stephen A. Smith doesn't watch the games. Any of these needle dick nitwits on Outkick, and they don't watch the games. They're not fans. They're just playing into a narrative to push this girl because they think it pisses us off. Like, no, it doesn't piss me off to watch Caitlin Clark play basketball because she's a fantastic player. The Sophia Cunningham stuff is a totally different thing. She is an irrelevant player that has been pushed to a certain level because of who she is, what she looks like, and who she's teammates of.
Yes.
And her comments about that trans stuff was absolutely fucking ignorant. But again, that's the kind of stuff that people on that side dig and love. This fucking transphobic bullshit. But I'm not gonna get into that. It was, like I said, it was a great weekend for the league and how they handled all this stuff. Like how they handled it, say we're going to celebrate the game, celebrate the woman, the camaraderie of the players, celebrate our legends, celebrate the fact that our league is super hot. Is the controversy stunning the league's growth? No, it's not. There was packed house at the United Center for the All-Star game. There was a packed house in Montreal for a Toronto Tempo Dallas Wings game. Montreal, not exactly known as a women's basketball hotbed, you know?
Right.
Attendance across the league is up for every team. The TV ratings are up. Even the non-fever games, viewership is up. The league is growing because the players are more talented, more charismatic, more hotter, just being real about it. It's just it's the growth of women's sports because the women that are playing it are more charismatic, more fun to follow, more fun to watch, more talented, more athletic. I mean, the league is always going to have to fight certain things because this country is racist and sexist. There's going to be things they're going to have to fight. They're always going to fight. But just watch the game, watch the fans enjoying the game, the fans enjoying the players enjoying themselves. The league is going in a right direction. But as people who enjoy the game, the people in the media who enjoy the game, we've got to stir the conversations back to basketball. We have to get away from this bullshit, these narratives, these racist narratives. We have to get away from that. We have to push the conversation back to basketball. We have to push the players who are killing it every night. We have to do that. And the people in the media, they've got to do that. But we all know that's not how it works. We know that ESPN is all about pushing who they want to push, highlighting who they want to highlight, and eliminating certain things from their coverage. Hence what they did to Ryan Clark, which was an absolute abomination.
That's a whole nother story,
But
right
that's a
there.
whole nother conversation there that
Mhm.
we don't have time to get into today. But it's about the narratives have got to stop, and we have to stop pushing them.
Yes.
We have to start now. Again, there's a lot of other stuff going on within the league that, if you're not on social media, you don't know about. But that kind of blew up last night. And I thought was like, that's funny. Kind of goes back to the things that we always thought about. A
Yeah.
league there's a lot of lesbians in it. Let's just leave it at that.
Okay. Before I come to you, Kurt, got a couple of comments. Some of these are aimed at Stan, so I want to make sure I get these in before I go to you. Stan, do you believe the WNBA is, what is this word? Meritocratic? Meritocratic. A system or society where people get power, success, and rewards based on their own talent, ability, and hard work rather than on the wealth or social class. I don't
know what the fuck you're talking about, bro. But we don't have to read all these comments. Bro. I know you like reading the comments, but we don't have to.
No, I get what he's saying. It's not based on if that's the
how the world.
that
That's how the world. That's how the world should work, but it don't work that way. That's how the
That's
world.
why
should work.
it's not right.
He also said TV numbers and viewership tell a different story. I think this came in when you were talking about the numbers, and he's saying Stan is doing a little bit of narrative building himself. Hold on, league was growing slowly before the 2024 draft class, and then it supercharged. Okay, ESPN viewership has been on a decline for well over a decade. I'll use smaller words then. I mean, whatever. But yeah. So if you want to respond to that real quick, Stan, then I'm gonna come to Kurt because he's saying that the viewership was. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't, because again, all you gotta do is Google the numbers, bro. Like again, information is right there for you to look at, and look at the viewership for the league this year. Go look it up. Yes, he's
saying before though.
Before what?
Before the 2024 draft class.
No, bro. I mean,
no. Again, the league was growing slowly.
The last 3 years, it took a super jump, bro. Come on.
Yes. The Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, media-driven bullshit did drive interest into the league, but the interest has now stayed because of the other players that have come into the league, and the players that are still to come to the league. Like, again, all you gotta do is Google the stuff, bro. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and do the narrative-driven stuff because that's what you people do. The reality is that yes, these players played a huge role in the growth of the league. It wasn't just one player. Yes, did that one player drive a lot of people to the games and drive a lot of interest? Absolutely. Not going to take that away from her. She has played a huge role in that. But what does she have to do with 20,000 people being at a game in Montreal that she doesn't play in? What does she have to do? What does she have to do with the Golden State Valkyries, who, by the way, have been on a tear as of late? That should be a topic.
Yeah. He said, I didn't say one play. He said the 2024 draft class.
Yeah, but before that draft class, I mean, if you want to say, numbers were improving, I guess, before that draft class. But since that draft class, bro, not only the viewership, not only the sponsorships, but the actual fucking talent and growth of development of the ladies that have entered the league has, that's
what I'm trying to get to again.
That's what we saying. That's all we saying. It might have been getting better, but since that draft, man, it has fucking skyrocketed.
1,000%.
Yeah,
that's
and
what we saying.
The talent was already there, but again, those players that came into the league in that draft, and the players that came into the league
since that draft.
And what's going to happen next year?
Next year, when Hidalgo and
Juju in the league. Like, the talent is there.
It's there.
The marketability is there. These players are super talented, super charismatic, fun to watch, nice to look at. All these things are adding into this. It's not just one girl entering the league and, oh my God, did you see Caitlin? She made a 3-point shot. Yeah, I know. It's not one player. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, that one player has absolutely been a force in the league in terms of bringing attention to it, bringing attention to the league, bringing in new fans.
Yes.
So did Angel Reese. So did Ozzie Fudd. So did so many other players that came in top. Paige, like people love Paige. Paige is phenomenal. I've said it a million times on this channel. Paige is the player they think Caitlin Clark is.
I did
Paige
Google
is
it.
actually that player.
I Googled it, and yes, like 2024 was the NBA, it was WNBA delivering record-setting numbers across the board, basically. Pretty much everywhere across the board. I found an article. I'm not going to read the whole thing. It's crazy long, but it pretty much goes through the 2024 season, how everything was up. And I mean astronomically up. Like they're talking about like 82% up in viewership on certain ESPN platforms. The attendance, they were saying the NBA TV games more than quadrupled in viewership. So yes, 2024 was definitely like the record-setting season for the W for sure.
Absolutely. Nobody denied that. Nobody's denying that the league took off over the last couple of years. No one's denying that. What I'm saying is they want to give all that credit to one player, and that's just not factual. It's not the truth. But again, they want to push their narratives and push their white superhero bullshit. Then they can push that to people who give a fuck about it, because I don't.
Okay.
Again, I'm all, this is about this is just about, to me, the overall scope and talent of the league. Like, you look at like a chick like Dom. Dom dunks in the game yesterday. She's 6'6" and she's 20 years old playing for Seattle. That girl's gonna be a fucking monster in a couple of years.
Yep.
Sure
is.
That's tough.
She's a monster now, for real.
Yeah,
she's a monster now. She's like 6'6", and she dunked that ball with ease. It wasn't no.
She might be the first person to body post or something.
She probably could dunk in a real game if she actually got a pass.
Yeah.
She's super. Yeah, go ahead, Kurt.
Kurt, gotta bring you in here. So you can take the conversation wherever you want to go, but it's more so we're talking about the controversies, that the controversies hurting the game and whatever. However you want to take it.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah. This is what I will say. I'm say something about Caitlin Clark real quick. I'm happy and I'm sad about it because ESPN got their mule now. Like every sport, they got the mule that they talk about. It's always one or two mules. Like LeBron hasn't been the best player in the league for like the last 5, 6, maybe 7 years. But they talk about LeBron every day. They talk about LeBron every day on ESPN. Mm-hmm. Football, it goes by who's hot and who's not. You know what I'm saying? But they need that mule, right?
Football.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they need that mule. Like Derek Jeter was the face of baseball for years, and he wasn't the best player. You have to win in order to be the face of the league, in which I believe it will be Asia. And if not Asia, I would say Brianna or Sabrina. Because Sabrina almost beat Steph. She's the champ. She almost beat Steph in the 3-point contest. I would lean towards there. But it just goes to show you that the league has stars now. Because ESPN Mule isn't even the face of the league, right? You see what I'm saying? So it's like the WNBA has what they needed. Caitlin Clark has a chance to become the NBA is what it is to this day, and all of historians just tell you because of Dr. J. Dr. J was that transcendent player that sparked the Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, which sparked the Isaiah, which sparked the Jordan. Okay, I think it should have been Candace Parker, or it could have been Maya Moore if she'd have kept playing. And Skylar Diggins has a chance, but Caitlin Clark is that player. For some reason, she is that transcendent player. Is she the best player? Does she deserve to be that? I can't say whether she deserved to be that or not. With the legend she had in college, yes, she deserves to be that. What we have seen so far in her WNBA career, not so much. But she is the transcendent player. Okay, and I'm happy that the WNBA finally has the transcendent player. Okay, I just don't like the conversation surrounding the transcendent player. Okay, when LeBron came into the league, it was Kobe's league. It was Tim Duncan's league. Kevin Garnett. It was their league. Allen Iverson. But LeBron was already the transcendent player before he even played a game because of the hype behind him.
LeBron took it though, yo. He took it. It wasn't
no, but what I'm
to him.
saying is, I'm just talking about the fact that he had the biggest shoe deal in Nike history. He had the commercials. He had all of that. He was already lined up to be the guy that we're going to follow. He was lined up to be the Jordan already. And that's how they're lining up Caitlin Clark. Now, basketball potential, yes, she does have the potential basketball-wise to be that transcendent Steph Curry, Allen Iverson type player on the court. She does have that potential. Has it actually quantified and, translated consistently? No. I watched her play like maybe a game back. I think she just had 40. I looked at it, I was like, if she could play like that every night, it's going to be trouble for everybody, right? So we know she has the potential. It just hasn't gotten there yet, and she hasn't won. Okay, you got to win a championship, But what I'm saying, I just don't like the conversation because it's not about if she's better than Paige Beckers, right? It's not about how is she a better player than Olivia Miles. That's not the conversation that we're having. We're not talking about what's going to happen when she sees Sonia Citron on the court. That's not the conversation surrounding her. It's not about the fact that she has turnovers. You know what I mean? Or she shot low percentage in the playoffs. This is not the conversation surrounding her. You know what I'm saying? The conversation surrounding her is about, oh, these people are jealous and these people don't like her. I don't like that. This is the only hate that LeBron really sees for real is from the Jordan fans and from commentators that don't like him. And even the Jordan fans that's supposed to hate LeBron, I'd still put LeBron in their top 5, top 2 or 3. You see what I'm saying? So it's like the only reason I'm hating LeBron is because I'm making the case for Jordan. And in that case, you have to say something negative about LeBron in order. But see, these are not the conversations that we're having about Caitlin Clark. You understand? These are not the conversations we're having about Asia Wilson. These are not the conversations that we're having about Olivia Miles. Like Kelsey Mitchell just had like 9 or 10 straight 20-point games, bro. We need to be talking about that. You understand? And that is not.
And then she wasn't even player of the week last week. They gave it to Caitlin because she had a 45-10 game against the worst team in the league.
Yeah, well, I mean, player of the week, I guess it does.
Again, she had a phenomenal game, but Kelsey was the more consistent player.
Yeah, well, Kelsey has always been consistent, and I think that's like one of my favorite players. But I will say this: the league is better. I think we can agree with this. The league is better than it's ever been, right? Talent-wise, from team to team, there's a bona fide star damn near on every team. You understand what I'm saying? So it's better than it's ever been. And it's like a cloud being placed over top of it. And the conversation has nothing to do with the actual game of basketball. Like when we hate LeBron, when you talk to LeBron haters, they say he's not clutch. He don't have the killer instinct. They don't say, oh, he's not a good father. You know what I'm saying? They don't say, oh, I don't like the way LeBron dresses. Oh, I don't like his comments about this. No, they keep it basketball. LeBron ain't clutch. LeBron got too many turnovers. LeBron always needs superstar teams. We need to do that about Caitlin Clark. I should be able to get up here and say, legitly, Caitlin Clark had a great game. That's potentially what we need to see from her every night. That's the player. And people not say, oh, he's on the Caitlin bandwagon. Or I should be able to get up here and say, Asia Wilson she shot 3 for 22. Angel Reese, Britt, 4 layups back to back to back to back. And people's not saying, oh, you're an Angel Reese hater. You're an Asia Clark. When I'm just literally assessing the play of the game. The WNBA is going to be harder for them to expand if that black cloud is going to keep following them, because the more that cloud grows, the less we're talking about how good Marina Mabry is. The less we're talking about Oguma McKay making 11 fucking All-Star games, bro. Like Diana Taurasi retired and walked away and nobody gave a fuck. Like LeBron retire and walk away, that motherfucker gonna get farewell after farewell after farewell after farewell. Like Candace Parker walked away from the game and everybody was just like, congratulations. Like, and that's because there's always this cloud over the game. We need to get back. We need to allow the WNBA to be judged. If we're going to allow these women to have this growth, we need to be able to judge them based on their play without it being, oh, you're just on the Page bandwagon. No, I'm not on the Page bandwagon. The motherfucker just shot 20 for 22 last night. What you want me to say? Am I supposed to say she trash? Like, Caitlin Clark, she had 9 turnovers in the game. Oh, you're a Caitlin Clark turnover, you a hater. You hate Caitlin Clark. No, she turned the ball over 9 times last night. That is terrible ball handling. I'm just assessing plays. Dan, he just wants to assess plays. Reggie, you just want to assess play. That's all we want to do. And we could identify and say, yo, this game is evolving. That girl took the easiest 2-step and dunk I've ever seen from a woman in an All-Star game. She took an easy 2-step, bro. Looked like she could have did it with 2 hands and pulled herself up on the rim if she felt like it. So this game is evolving. And the reason why all of this turmoil and chaos and topsy-turviness is happening is because there is no leadership in the WNBA. Like when your top star comes out and says, I don't have a relationship with leadership. Like, you think Adam Silver ain't got LeBron on speed dial? You think Adam Silver can't call Shea Gilgeous-Alexander anytime he feel like it? You think Adam Silver can't call Wemby right now? Like, when the leadership is so, the leadership and officiating, oh my goodness. Listen, the officiating in some of these games is so horrendous. I can't believe these people have whistles. You understand? It's like they just got guys at a local YMCA to officiate these games. And then, like, for instance, the Chicago Sky. Last year, Angel Reese was screaming, we have no leadership. We have no accountability. You got to understand, Angel Reese came from LSU, right? And I know Coach LSU, she wear those gaudy dresses and those big-ass earrings. And you just might think Coach Mickey is just, you might think she is just such a beautiful, no, she's a dog.
Yeah.
She don't play about them girls. They got to run. They got to be accountable. So when Angel Reese got to the league, and it's like, damn, it ain't no accountability at the pro level. And I just played
about Chicago. That's what see about the Chicago.
That's what she said. And Chicago said, well, you know what? Angel Reese is really the problem. They suspended her. They made her sit out a game and all that. They made her the reason. So then they traded her to an Atlanta, and Atlanta get off to one of the best starts in the franchise history, by the way, right? They struggled the last maybe 6 or 7 games, but they got off to one of the best franchise starts in their history. And then Chicago still losing, and then Skylar Diggins, who's a veteran,
did the same thing.
you understand? Says the same thing. Chicago Sky got Skylar Diggins questioning if she wants to play in the league. She literally said, I don't even know if it's worth it at this time. Like,
do you know how many good players have come through Chicago?
Huh?
Do you know how many good players have come through Chicago's organization?
Yep.
It's phenomenal. Yep. It's crazy. You think about all the players that have played in Chicago that moved on and careers blossom. Yep. And their play elevated. Angel Reese is playing at an extremely high level now with Atlanta.
Yep.
Money Mayberry is playing a much better getting away from Chicago. It's just, I don't know. It's that organization, man. I don't know what's going on with that organization. And they fired Teaspoon after one fucking year. I don't know, man. What's going on with that organization?
I just feel like they need an overhaul in leadership.
Well, Kathy's probably going to be. I think she's gone. I don't think she'll be the commissioner. Based on some of the things that you've heard Adam Silver say in regards to Kathy, Asia's comments. While I'm sure some people might take it as tongue in cheek what she said, I think there's some truth to it. I don't think the players like her. I remember last year when she was there presenting the MVP trophy and they were booing the shit out of her. You could see players in the background laughing their asses off.
Hey, Stan, and I ain't even gonna lie. I don't give a damn how bad LeBron is. Ain't none of them niggas. They got enough respect for Adam Silver to not take it public. Like these ladies. They're not talking about, like in the NBA. They're not talking about like dudes complain about not having rosters. Like I need a superstar on my team, or I want to leave. They're not talking about like accountability for the owners. They're not talking about like structure. They're saying like, I just don't want to be here. We don't see eye to eye on where the team should be heading in the future. You know what I'm saying? We don't see eye. They're not saying like, yo, this leadership is so whack. I don't know if I want to play no more. Like that shit is crazy.
Let me get in here to kind of like really back in here. Like I was actually trying to Google, see if I could find the exact comments that were made by
Asia.
So yeah, by Asia. I'm trying to find a video of it though, and I can't because I wonder if she said it with kind of a smile or whatever. But I couldn't find it, so I can't really speak on it. I mean, it's a wild thing to say. It's one of them things where it's like you could have just kept that to yourself. But I mean, I ain't mad at her, but it's kind of a weird thing to say for sure. I couldn't find the exact comments that Sophie Cunningham found. I only found when she was doubling down on it, because I kind of hate saying it without actually giving the proper context. But I couldn't find the first thing she said. So
yeah, Sophie Cunningham talking about protecting young girls.
Yeah, I know, but I couldn't find.
Yeah, Sophie Cunningham talking about protecting young girls, and then appearing at a UFC event as a ring girl for a fight featuring a guy accused of rape. Tells you right there all you need to know right there, bro. This tells you all you need to know right there. Well, you don't give a fuck about protecting women.
We don't have to go down that line. I didn't have any.
It's stating the fact, bro.
I didn't have any issue with what Sophie Cunningham said at all. I had no issue with her saying it. The only issue that I had is like, why you doing this, yo? Like you know that like there's so much controversy around the league, and like why are you even getting it? But now what I don't know is what she asked the question. Did someone ask her the question and she said that, or did she just come out and say it? So that's what I don't know. So I don't have the 100% details.
Yeah, but you can always say next question, Reg.
You could
always say next question. So it doesn't matter if she was asked or not.
You asked the question, you asked the question, you can either answer it or not answer it.
Yeah.
It's that simple. She decided to answer it the way she decided to answer it, and then decided to double down on it. And okay, cool.
Yeah.
I think she's entitled to her opinion. We're all entitled.
You're entitled to your opinion, but then your actions say otherwise. You're entitled to talk about that. You talk about protecting young women, but then you're now parading around as a ring girl for an organization full of women beaters. I don't know how that
I mean,
that equivalence. Yeah, that is.
You can go down Pandora's. You can go down Pandora's box with that. So I'm not even.
Yeah, but you gotta understand what he's saying though. Like
you're hugging the president of the UFC who's on camera punching his wife out, but you're protecting young women. Okay, gotcha. Cool. We good.
Okay.
I mean there is some truth to that.
Okay, but you're talking about two different things. I don't want to go down that. That's Pandora's box.
I'm not talking about
two things can be true at the same time.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's Pandora's, because you could do that all day where somebody has something and then you dig and say it's too much. I don't want to go down that line. I'm just saying that her saying that was a controversy, right? That people was talking about that instead of basketball. That's the main thing I'm saying. So I was
there's
like,
nothing to talk about basketball-wise with her. She's a 9-point per game scorer. So there's nothing to talk about with her when it comes to basketball. She's a bench player. Okay. Why am I hearing about this fucking bench player all the time?
Well, hold up, Stan. Hold up. Sophie Cunningham is a glue guy, yo. You need a glue guy on every winning championship team. You need a glue guy, yo.
Glue guy. It's the same thing as a bench player.
She's the Tony Allen, the Bruce Bowen. She's the Tayshaun Prince.
And that's great. Why am I seeing stories about? I didn't remember seeing stories about Tony Allen giving his opinion about anything.
Because she's hot. That's why, Stan. She's hot.
And why is she hot? Why is she hot?
I don't know. That's how God made her. That's why you're seeing her. Like,
and by the way, she's actually not that attractive. But
she's cuter. To me, she's cuter on the court than she is off of it.
Honestly. She's actually not that.
Like, it's actually the opposite of most times. I think she's cuter on the court than she is off of it. But anyway.
And not only that, she get this. Why the fuck you think Draymond gets so much love? Because he's Steph Curry's protector. Yeah. Well, the protector. Hold up. We're not gonna act like that's not a part of team sports, bro.
No,
she's the protector of my favorite player.
Yep.
She's gonna get that love, bro.
She's very smart.
Draymond. Come on, bro. That's a part of team sport.
I'm not hating on it because it's very smart. It's smart. You realize that you're the protector. You're the alleged protector of this player who's pretty popular.
Not just Caitlyn. She'll do that shit for Kelsey. She'll do that shit for. Listen, you fuck with anybody on her team. Yeah. You're gonna have to see Sophie.
She's the same way in Phoenix.
Elbow at you. She gonna bump you for no reason.
She was the same way in Phoenix. Yeah, she played with Phoenix. She was the same way.
That's what she do. That's what she do, dog. Dylan Brooks.
She was doing the same thing.
Nobody on my team.
She was doing the same thing when she played in Phoenix when she allegedly slept with the owner of the Sun. But
I don't know nothing about that.
Come on.
And all I'm saying is that they have an interesting way of how they promote certain players, how certain people get pushed up into certain levels that they do not belong in. And it's very interesting who these people look like and what they usually look like, and they usually don't look like us. But it's always fascinating about players and people who get pushed and shoved in our faces, and what they do at their job is very average.
Real quick. You said that article that woman wrote about Caitlin Clark was stupid. You said that, right? That was
it was fucking ridiculous.
Right. Stupid. Okay. The thing with the controversy with Angel Reese with the coach. What are your thoughts on that one?
I thought it was a poor choice of words. Bottom line, in this time, referring to a black woman as a species of any kind when we're already battling this wave of anti-blackness throughout the country, led by the pedophile in chief, you have to be careful of certain words that you say because of how it will be taken. And that was a poor choice of words, period. Poor choice of words. Now, she apologized. That's the end of it for me.
Okay. Kirk, what do you think about it?
I feel like women, the only reason I can say that she is protected is because women are protected, period. Just period.
But she was talking about basketball. She was talking about on the floor. Yeah.
Women are protected.
100% of the women in the world.
Women are protected, seriously, when this fucking administration is trying to rip away rights.
We keep talking about the president, bro. We're talking about basketball.
We're not talking about I'm talking about in general.
What I'm saying is by society, the way society looks at the men and woman gender, women are the more protected species. That's why we have domesticated laws. If you're not getting a divorce, domesticated laws don't protect you at all. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that is just about the word domestic was put into the law system for women. When a man and a woman argues,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And a woman can slap a man and a man push her off and she fall the wrong way. The man is wrong. Like, that's just because that's just women. And it's not just that. Angel Reese, her fan base, they not regular. She has a Beyonce type fan base. I don't know if y'all know this, but her fan base is like, you can't even breathe about Angel Reese the wrong way with her fan base, bro. They are rabid. So she is a I'm not saying she's a protected species. I'm saying she is one of the more protected personalities in media, period,
Do you
because
realize
of her
that Angel
fan
Reese
base.
gets attacked every day on social? Do you realize that this girl
Yeah,
got a
well,
bar?
so does LeBron, so does Jordan. Listen,
Like,
all the great players are getting attacked. Floyd Mayweather, to this day, he's retired. He gets attacked. Like when you're great, bro, you're going. That's just what's going to happen. When you're a big name, that's what happens to stars, Stan.
let me ask you a
We're
question.
not used to the WNBA having stars, bro.
Let me ask you a
That's
question.
really what it is.
Let me ask you a question. Did any of those players have a Barbie doll come out of their likeness and have people go on Target's website and give it 1-star reviews to try to shit on her?
Bro, she had a
People,
Barbie come
We talk
out,
about
bro.
a
you have
specific
to
instance,
imagine,
though.
you have to understand how pathetic these people are.
Bro, she had a
To wanna
Barbie come out.
To want to go on and shit on a Barbie doll because you don't like Angel Reese
Bro,
that much.
trolls exist. Trolls
Dang.
exist.
Are,
This is the
are, are
internet.
we going to
Trolls
skip
exist.
That's
past?
okay. And
Are
that's
we going to
okay.
skip past the
We're
fact
normalizing
black
that,
woman
right?
had a Barbie doll?
Like we're normalizing this shit because trolls exist, and we're just normalizing this shit. That's the problem. So
What can you do about it?
when I hear people say, when I hear people talk about protection and this, first of all, using the word species in regards to a black woman is foul. Again, poor
Dang.
choice of words. I'm gonna go by and say,
No,
okay, I understand that.
I'm not saying she was right for saying that. I'm
Right.
saying Angel Reese is not. I'm saying Angel Reese because of who she is and what she means to
Dude,
a
Alyssa Thompson was
subsection
took a
of
fucking
people.
head off last year in the game. Alyssa Thompson was took a fucking head off, and there was no fucking foul call. But and also there wasn't a 5-day conversation like it was a fucking presidential assassination, like there was when
She ain't,
I
Caitlyn got
mean,
attacked.
she ain't the face of the league. That's why.
like, okay, what I'm saying
It was
is this,
crazy.
Dan. This what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, when you are a star, right? We can't narrate what's being said about it. We just know when you are a star, there is something to be said about you, period. Now, Me Bounds, she got money off of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
To this day. You know what I'm saying? She
They tried to
monetized it.
disparage her, and she
You
got
know,
money
I
off
mean,
it.
like, when you are a star, you're going to be talked about. Like Supergirl, the movie, they was calling this girl ugly and all of that.
Right.
They didn't like her being Supergirl. She didn't look like Supergirl, and she's white. Look, what I'm saying is, I don't believe.
that was ugly. I agree. That was ugly how they did that.
See what I'm saying? Like, when you are a star, when you are put into the spotlight, that's just happens. We just have to be used to the WNBA having stars. Like, you understand? This is what happens now. Do I like the toxic nature around Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark? No, but I don't like the toxicness around Big versus Jay. I don't like the toxicity around LeBron versus Jordan. LeBron versus Jordan is literally the greatest basketball conversation you can have, but nobody wants to have it because of the toxicity that comes along with it.
This is facts,
Because
man.
You see what I'm
Cooking right now.
saying?
You cooking, Kurt.
it makes no
Like,
sense because they play different positions. So it makes
But
no
what I'm
sense.
saying is, the greatest player is the greatest player. It don't matter what the position is. You make a case for the greatest player. You see what I'm saying? Whether it's Tom Brady, Deion Sanders, or Peyton Manning, whether it's Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson or Floyd Mayweather, divisions don't matter, positions don't matter. You make a case for who did the most in the game. What I'm saying to you is, we have to just get used to that the WNBA finally has that LeBron player. Yep. And we got to get used to having that LeBron player might overshadow the face of the league because we have so many stars in the WNBA now. So of course they're going to say what they say about of course they're going to say what they say about Angel because she's one of the stars of the league. Of course they're going to say what they say about Paige and AZ Fudd, their situation. Of course, they're going to have that conversation about that. Guess why? Because Paige is a monster and AZ is a beast. You understand? Like, let's just get used to the WNBA having stars now because they actually do. Now, it's up to me, you, Stan, Reggie. It's up to us to keep it basketball.
Right.
for people that like it to be basketball to have an outlet. It's up to people in the media to keep it basketball because they have an outlet. But let's just get used to the fact that these motherfuckers got stars now. Like what's happening with Olivia Miles right now? Like, let's get used to this happening.
But I think the problem, though, Kurt, is that those other things that you said are just not pushed to the forefront. Like Olivia Miles needs to be pushed more to the forefront. They should be talking about that, which is what I want to kind of get to. My points here is, Stan, would you agree that I was rocking with the WNBA heavy before you? Would you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. A'ja Wilson, right? She's been the best player in the league since
she got there, bro.
2021, maybe. I guess if you want to be technical, you got to win a championship first. I guess 2022. I think she was the best player in 2021. I think she was the best player in 2020, but I mean, they lost in the finals to them Seattle Storm. Okay, they lost in the finals.
Oh my goodness.
But
we've been down with the Storm for a long time, so I can't even say anything. I can definitely say he's been a fan of the league a lot longer than I have been. I was not a fan of the league growing up because I didn't think it was good basketball. So I'm not jumping on a bandwagon. I'm telling you the truth.
Well,
I ain't gonna lie. 1998 looks a lot different from
way
2026.
Different. Way different.
But 1980s basketball looked different from 1990s basketball in the NBA.
The game evolves. The game evolves.
Yeah, the game evolves. Yep.
What I'm getting to is that A'ja Wilson has been great for quite some time now. She was great at South Carolina. She's been great for quite some time now. But at no point was she like the face of the NBA at the WNBA in the standpoint of she's what you think about when you bring up the league. And I guess that's the way I view the face of the NBA.
Okay.
That sounds like what it is, the face. What face do you see when you think about the WNBA, right? What face do you see when you think about the
that
NBA?
makes it a popularity contest, though.
It does. And in most hold on. And in most cases, the face of the NBA, the face of a league is going to be at least one of the best players, right? Like, I would say Tiger Woods was the face of golf. I don't follow golf that heavy, but from people who do watch it have told me Tiger Woods wasn't the best golfer for quite some time while he was the face of it. But there was no question Tiger Woods was the face of golf, right? It's not really a debate about it during that time, right?
That's because he won.
So,
because he won.
But they were better golfers, is my point, though. Again, I can't take. I don't know that because I don't watch golf like that. But people
when he got older, when he got older, he was better golfer.
Sure. But he was winning. He had already established himself by winning.
Yeah. But
that's my point.
Right, she got to win to be the face. I'm sorry,
gotta win, bro.
If she had a championship with this popularity, or at least let's just say, she got to the finals and she lost, but she had an MVP.
Right, for sure.
Then we could legitimately say she's a. You know what I mean?
I'm not arguing that she's the best player or even a top 5 player or a top 10. I'm not arguing that.
You're arguing the face.
I'm arguing who's the actual face of the game.
She got to win a chip to be the face, Reggie. I'm sorry.
Can't be the face of the league when you booed the All-Star game.
Okay, you talk about one event in Chicago where she got booed. You know what I mean? Like,
come on, just saying. Like,
come on, dog.
Just saying.
Reggie.
But this is what I'm saying. We can.
That does make her the face. That actually helps her face cause because she could be the heel. Sometimes the heel can be the face of the league. So if they all hate her, that actually can help her cause to be the face of the league because they hate her so much that she's get booed regardless. But
it could. But what I'm saying is, dog, A'ja Wilson didn't just emerge as this amazing player 2 years ago, bro. Like she's been. Matter of fact, she was dominant the second she put her sneakers on the floor.
Yep.
Like I'm about to look it up right now.
A'ja Wilson is building a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar type career.
Dude,
she is.
A'ja Wilson,
and you gonna have to mix that shit with Bill Russell.
In 2018, she was 20-8. Like, bro, like she's been great from the second she stepped on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody gave a damn. That's the point. No one cared.
Why? And why?
Nobody cared because the WNBA wasn't popping like that. That's why.
And why? And
No
why?
one cared. I don't know why.
Yeah, I think of Asia Wilson.
I think the quality of basketball was good then too.
I think if Asia Wilson was in Caitlin Clark's draft class, like let's say she came in with them,
Yeah,
and she popped with them.
absolutely.
It might be because if you want to be honest, technically, all of those girls are more. Since Caitlin Clark's draft on, all of those girls are more popular than Asia Fudd is more popular than Asia Wilson. Angel Reese is more popular.
I don't know about
Yeah, they
I don't know about
are.
Easy Fun. You're going too far now, but yeah,
Bro,
I'm
listen,
hearing you. I
AZ
hear you.
Fudd is on more commercials than AZ Fudd is on more commercials
Asia
than
has her
Angel
own
Wilson.
fucking shoot, bro.
You're
Come
going
on
too
now.
far.
Let's
You're going too
let's
far.
keep
Bro,
it
AZ Fudd is on State Farm commercials and all of this shit, bro. What do we like?
No, I'm not saying that
She's
not
on more
popular.
commercials than Asia Wilson.
More. It's again. It's a more of a the league players are more visible now. Asia's got her own fucking shoe.
Well, yeah,
Right.
that is true. That is
So,
true.
100%.
Yeah, that is true.
But what I'm
And
saying
SQ's
is,
got her own shoe.
Okay,
And
Asia's
SQ's got
more
her own
visible.
shoe.
Let's say
but what I'm
that. She's
saying
more
is,
visible. She's more visible than Asia. Let's say that.
That ain't true either, but okay.
but
It
what I'm
is,
saying-
It's not,
bro.
bro. It's just not, bro. Like it's just not. Like you got to look at the more of the full scope of it. No, she's not. But she's
you know what?
getting to that point.
But how can she be the face of the league if you're sitting here debating if a rookie is more popular than her? That's what I'm saying, dog. If we want to talk about who's the best player, yeah, no one's gonna debate that. But the face of it, like to me, when I think face,
But Tom Brady was never the most popular player in the NFL.
Yeah, but you know what? My definition of face may just be different from y'all's. I think face. I think about if you just ask somebody about it, who's the face that they think of? Who's the name that they bring up? Just ask a random person, right? You would say LeBron. They ask somebody about the NBA, don't even watch NBA. LeBron, I know LeBron. You go back before LeBron, ask somebody about the NBA, Michael. Before that, ask about who's somebody in the NBA, Magic, Larry Bird, right? Those were the faces of the game. That's who was on the forefront of people's minds when they thought about the game. Who was on the forefront of everyone's minds when they think about the game? Anytime you watch any of those shows that Stan hates and they're talking about a WNBA subject, 95% of the time it's going to be about Caitlin Clark.
I can't believe this nigga just made a legit case for Caitlin Clark just now, bro.
Anytime you talk about the game, who they talking about? Caitlin Clark. They're not talking about any of this.
It's media driven. It's media controlled and media driven. They have
That's who creates the face. The
media does not create the face. The face is just something that happens. Again, it's not even a real.
Yeah, you got to take the face. You got to take the face.
It's not like it's just. It's what's not misunderstood. It's what's understood. You know what I'm saying? Michael wasn't the face of the NBA until he won.
He
was already popular. He was popular. The shoes were popular. He was popular. Everybody loved watching him play. But it wasn't until he won and he started winning, and that's when they said, "Okay, that's the guy." It wasn't until the '92 Olympics. The '92 Olympics is when he became the guy. When he became the face of the NBA because he took that shit. That shit is not given; it's taken.
Got to take it.
The media decided to anoint Caitlin Clark the face of the league because she's popular. It's not what it is.
Again, your definition.
And then you got those that's scared to admit they wrong, right? Because I'm not gonna lie, the college career that this girl had was warranted. Every piece of hype that she had, and there are those who are like they're too smart to admit that they're wrong. So they gotta make it like you said earlier. It gotta become something else because the numbers don't support.
They thought this girl was Michael Jordan in the league, and she's just not. That's the
not yet. She has a chance to be though.
So they had to change. So they had to change the narrative. The narrative was she was going to come in the league and dominate the league because she's this great player and she can shoot from 30 feet and blah blah blah. And it didn't happen. And then when it didn't happen, they had to change the narrative. So then it became, oh, they're just jealous of her. They're playing her roughly. They're following her. They're doing this. They're doing that. And it's like, have you people watched this league over the last 30 years? This is how they play.
It's horrible. That happens. And that's the thing. And to Stan's point, that happens to all the girls. It's not just Caitlin Clark, bro. The officiating is so terrible.
When Candace Parker was a rookie, they played Detroit. And there was a damn near riot because of the way they were playing Candace Parker in that game.
Let me ask you this, yo. I'm gonna ask this to Kurt. Say you had 100 people in the room. Now, these 100 people can be of many different backgrounds. They can be basketball heads. They can be non-basketball heads. They can be soccer fans. They could be football fans that don't watch the NBA nor the WNBA. And you just sat them in the room and you say, name a WNBA player. And you on the other side have an opportunity to say, whoever, give me the name that you think that all 100 that will count to them. And if you get the name right, you win $1,000. Who's the name you're going to predict that the most people out of that 100 is going to say? The name.
Caitlin
right
Clark.
now today. What's the name?
Clark. Caitlin Clark.
There you go.
Because that's who the fucking media is pushing, bro. Again,
there you go.
The people, again, you have to understand that when the media decides they're going to push you in a certain direction, most of the people in this country, they turn on TV, that's what they see. Okay, fine. Again, this ain't a popularity contest. I don't really give a fuck if some 60-year-old white lady that wears an American flag sweater knows who Caitlin Clark is. I could give two shits about that.
Yeah, but that's the
Let me ask you a question,
if you want to have a popularity contest, if you want to have a popularity contest and say that, then Jason Williams was the face of the NBA in 2002. Or
no, he wasn't. He wasn't even close to the most popular. What are you even talking about?
We know. I know that. But the point is that who they
that's
want
a terrible comparison.
Who they want to push is who they want to push, and it's been well established by ESPN that they want to push Caitlin Clark.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to push Angel Reese for whatever reason, fill in the blank for why you think that is. But they want to push certain people, and they decided they're going to push this girl. They decided they were going to push Trae Young when he was at Oklahoma. They decided they were going to push, Steph Curry when he was at Davidson. Now, the difference between all those players and Caitlin, Steph Curry actually won in the NBA. Trae Young is that, and the funny thing is, Trae Young and Caitlin Clark is my NBA WNBA comparison. I think she's Trae Young.
I agree with that.
Exciting player, shoots like shit from the outside, can't defend a lick, but it's super popular and people love her. People just love. They want to see Caitlin play.
They're black.
Reggie, let me ask you a question. If you took those, and this is why I can't agree with what you said. If I took those same people that I asked about the WNBA player, and I asked them to name a boxer, they would probably name Floyd Mayweather Jr. or Terrence Bud Crawford.
They probably would.
A boxer today, or just saying? What are you saying?
Just period. Like if I say
name a boxer of any era,
a boxer because
you really think
it goes by. We're not going by fame. We're going by regular people.
But are you saying? Hold on. Are you saying boxer to ever live, or are you saying name a current boxer?
Oh, if it was a current, if they name a current boxer, who do you think they would name?
I doubt 10 people would name. We even know the current boxer now.
Yeah, I don't know if 10 people. I mean,
I just don't think boxing is that popular now. But at the same time,
I would say either Canelo or
you might,
or even in football. If you ask them about football, who do you think they would say?
Mahomes.
Yeah, but so you saying Pat Mahomes is the well, he is the face of the football league.
Yeah,
he is
for sure.
He is
for sure.
He is.
It's just this is a unique circumstance. This is just a unique circumstance where the face of the league is not even a top 10 player. That's all it is. The unique circumstance.
Well,
just the
most popular player.
She's just the most popular player, bro. She's not
because LeBron was when before he won a championship. LeBron did not become the face of the NBA until he won a championship, and he was one of the most popular players in the history.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that, bro.
Bro, it was Kobe until he won a championship in Miami.
I don't know about that, bro. I think LeBron was still at that point even before he won a championship, he was the most talked about player in the league. He was the person
but he wasn't the face of the league.
He was the person that people thought about when they thought about the NBA.
He was the guy that the media pushed as the next Jordan, just like they pushed a bunch of other guys before him. But he was the guy that actually lived up to the hype, and that's the point. Like they can push you as much as they want. But can you live up to the hype? Can you live up to those expectations? Can you do that? And when you do, then you become the face of your league. Until you meet those expectations, then you become the face of your league. So until she actually wins something, she didn't win in high school, didn't win in college, hasn't won in the pros. All those other players that we've talked about, one in college, one in high school, one in the pros.
It's a team
And
game, though, bro. I mean,
we know
it's not
team
tennis,
game.
dog.
Reggie,
we know it's a team
Reggie,
game,
we're
but
not
you know
gonna leave that
how these
excuse
people
out.
talk
We're
the
not gonna
game.
make that excuse, bro.
But
we know it's
okay.
a team game, but you know how they talk about the game on TV. You know how they talk.
But what I'm saying is, how many championships Breonna Stewart would have won if she went to Iowa instead of UConn?
She didn't go to Iowa.
But I'm just saying, she would have. And in this circumstance, Breonna Stewart would have put on crazy numbers. She would have had Caitlin Clark like numbers in college if she went to Iowa, but she would have no national.
That's true. She didn't have not one McDonald's All-American on those Final Four teams.
She wouldn't have had any. She wouldn't have won any national championships.
That's true.
She would have put on crazy numbers. So that was part of Caitlin Clark.
Like you put Caitlin Clark on LSU or South Carolina,
and she would have won.
They go undefeated every year.
Again, I don't deal with woulda, coulda, shoulda, dream scenario shit. I deal with reality.
But I'm telling you, a big reason of the hype. A big reason of the hype is because she was such a good individual talent. You didn't get a chance to see how good of an individual talent Breonna Stewart was in college because she went to UConn surrounded by all Americans. You didn't see a chance to see the individual talent that she was. So that was part of her hype. The fact that she put on those crazy numbers. Like, come on, if you put her at UConn with Gene Auriemma, she tried taking them logo threes. She ain't like, man, if you don't sit down with that, you don't play like this.
We've heard
playing like this.
But we've heard Gino's made comments about Caitlin that made people mad. But again, what he said was the truth. Just like what Cheryl Swoop said, what Sue Bird said, what Deanna Taurasi said about her was true.
I mean, but that's not. But see, a lot of what Cheryl said was basketball, though. A lot of what Cheryl
stuff. It was basketball.
Yeah.
It was, can you handle the physicality of the league?
Can you handle the physical? Yep.
But again, creating narratives. The narrative is now, oh, they don't like her. They're jealous of her. No, that's how the league is played.
Well, so what if they are, though? That's my thing. That's been my thing the whole time. So what if they are, though? If they jealous, who cares? Why not? Who cares if they jealous?
You think niggas wasn't jealous of Jordan?
Yeah.
You think niggas wasn't jealous of Tom Brady?
Who cares? I don't care if they are or not. For real. Because that
just
did.
You realize that there's different connotations with that when it comes to women.
I guess, but I'm thinking about it from a basketball.
I get what you're saying.
That's how we think about it because again, we're intelligent individuals. We're not talking about brain dead morons on TV. We're intelligent people who know the game. We know that when we talk about players and we know that. We know how it works. We know how. I don't like that. We know that they exist in every league and every team. Yeah. But when they try to paint a narrative of a particular group of people that are jealous of this one player, and that particular group of people happen to be one shade, and the other player is one shade, we know where there's overtones of racism tingling in there. And that is the root of all of this stuff. Unfortunately, the root of all this stuff, much like everything in this country, is racism.
It's race. Yeah. I mean, I think it's a part of it. I'm not gonna lie. I do think it's a part of it.
It's definitely a part of it, for sure.
It's a large part of it. It's a large part of it. It's larger than y'all.
Not a large part of it.
And the crazy thing is, when you think about who she is as a player and as a person, she deserves attention. Like, she's done the right things in life. She's never been controversial herself, right? Every time they ask her about Angel, she's competing.
That's what's hilarious to me.
I just don't like the toxicity attached to it. I love the fact, but I do like the fact that the WNBA finally has their transcendent player. I do like that.
That's the funniest thing about it, yo, is that she is as bland as it gets. Like she is nowhere near as charismatic as Paige Becker.
Paige Becker. I love her interviews, yo.
Like she's hilarious, but Caitlin's just not as charismatic as those players. So then you ask yourself, why do they love her so much?
Because of her game in college. The bottom line is like,
and plus the jury's still out on her. It ain't like she in her sixth year in the league.
She's 24.
The jury's still out on her.
The jury's still out, bro. But at the same time, like I just said, Asia Wilson, the second her sneakers stepped on the floor, she was.
Yo, everybody ain't gonna be Candace Parker, Asia Wilson.
I know, bro. But I think, but
like the she in her third year, right?
Yeah. So.
All right, she gotta shoot. Okay, that's 3-point percentage in the playoffs last year.
She's playing better as a
is unexcusable.
Still gotta be consistent.
Got to be
look,
consistent.
the last thing I want to say before we get out of here is we ain't gone a while. Is like
Mhm.
the ratings draw and just what she has been. I think Stan underrates it. Like she was a lightning rod for this league. She got this
He
league
was.
pushed to the forefront. And so so to answer your question, you kept saying, how come Toronto is selling out? How come all these other games have high ratings? This is happening because of Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark walked in the league, had all this hype. Everybody wanted to see her play. And then once she got in here, everybody looked around. What else is going on? It's the Eminem effect. Eminem got a whole lot of non-hip hop fans just to listen to hip hop, listen to him, listen to Eminem. So while I'm in the store, what else is out here?
Call it what it is. It's the Dr. J. The Dr. J brought the whole ABA fan base to the NBA.
Yeah. And then now that I'm here, you looking on the rest of the shelf. Oh crap, it's Asia Wilson. Let's look at this. Oh, you know what I'm saying? The Fisher Collins. Take a look at this. She brought the people in. So like my thing is, whether she does or doesn't become an all-time great player, like her impact on the game is still gonna be looked at as legendary. And I don't think you can even tell the story of the WNBA without mentioning her, even if she'd never make another all-star game in her life. Her impact on the game, legendary.
I agree.
I'm gonna leave it at that. If y'all want to end it with something else, Stan?
Nah, I'm good. Like I said, I'll just say that I just want to continue watching the game, enjoying the game. Yep. I've been watching games more and more, especially with this summer, the dead zone of summer, and I've been thoroughly entertained by everything. The game, competition.
Yep.
And I'm glad the league is getting what it has been deserved for over 30 years. But again, it's going to be a tough battle for this league just in general because of just what the league represents. The league represents everything that half of the country hates. So with that being said, it's always going to be tough for them and anybody, like that. But I'm very, very supportive of the league, and I'm glad that it's growing. I'm glad it's exploding, and that the players are getting the exposure and getting the popularity and reaping the benefits financially, finally, of all this. That's the biggest thing. Whether you want to give that credit, Caitlin Clark, who gives a fuck? Fine, whatever. The bottom line is that they're getting it.
Yep.
But at the same time, don't expect these women to be kissing that girl's ass. And then don't expect her to be kissing her ass and all that bullshit. She played a huge role in the growth of the league, absolutely, and the explosion of the league, absolutely. A lot of these things that the players have now were things that they were trying to get for years.
Then they got
so I am glad they got them. If you want to give that credit to Caitlin Clark, go right ahead and give it to her. But the reality is they got it. They deserved it. Mm-hmm. And I'm just glad to see it happen because the league is needed. It's been needed for a long time. And like Reggie said, I've been more and more following the league over the years as the play got better. As the style of play changed, with the NBA style of play changing with the three-point shot, the games got better. Because now you're replacing the athleticism that you don't have in a women's game with skill and talent. Because you can get away with it being a super athlete and jumping out of the gym in the NBA, but when you don't have that type of athletes in this league, you got to be skillful, talented. And that's what's driven the league's play. And proving is just the free-flowing nature of the NBA combined with skill of the women have created a really, really entertaining product on TV and watching in the stands. I'm happy it's happening. It needed to happen for years, but don't look for me to be giving all that credit to one player because it wasn't one player.
All right, Kurt, anything you want to end with?
Like basically what Stan said, just enjoying the evolution. Remember, like, we thought Maya Moore was as good as it get at one point in time, right? Maya Moore, Candace Parker, like, it's no way it can get better than that, And I don't know if it's quite got better than Candace Parker or Maya Moore, but it's enough talent to say, like, they would just be fitting in with some of these girls. Some of these girls can sit at the Asia Wilsons, the Boomer Kays, and the Chelsea Grays. They can sit at tables with Maya Moore and Candace Parker. So I'm just enjoying the growth and the evolution of the gameplay. Try to stay away from a lot of the toxicness of the league, because if you just close your eyes, put the game on mute, and just watch the game, you'll see that these girls has gotten a lot better in this game has evolved. So I just want to give a shout out to the WNBA. And I will say this, the leadership needs to stop failing these young ladies. They deserve accountability and they deserve comfort. So I hope they get paid more money and I hope the leadership picks up, but I'm enjoying the evolution.
All right. Let's leave it there. Till next time.
Peace.
All right, y'all.